So, we got some changes to Survival Hunter, which is something that I'm very happy to announce because this is much better than what we had before, like before today. Basically, up until now, after they reverted the rework back to a more original Dragonflight version, it was really bad. It was much worse than it is in Dragonflight, and people were very unhappy and talking about just like in general not picking Mongoose Bite and just sticking to Raptor Strike. It wasn't really about the damage because we don't know anything about the damage before we actually start getting into the next expansion. It was more about how it felt to maintain that Mongoose Fury buff. For people who don't know, Survival Hunter has a buff when you hit something, you can see it counts down. So Mongoose Fury increases the damage of your next Mongoose Bite by 15%, and you can stack it. So I can stack it up to 5 times. And you can see the damage just keeps increasing. So now it's at 75% increased damage, which is crazy. And kill command resets 10% more often. So basically, this is a very good buff to have. But we kind of had it at 10-second duration before today. So in Dragonflight, right now in retail, it's 14 seconds duration, right? So it counts down from 14 seconds. But then they made the rework, which made it reset anytime you use Mongoose Bite, but it can only stack 3 times. And then people were very unhappy because Flanking Strike also got changed, and they had to kind of revert both Mongoose Bite and Flanking Strike back. I don't know why they did it to Mongoose Bite, honestly, but they did revert those two back again to the Dragonflight version, which meant that even though they did revert it back, they left it at a 10-second duration on the buff, which is 4 seconds less than Dragonflight, which felt really bad. They did add another mechanic though, where if you went into the talents and picked Bloody Claws, it would increase the duration of Mongoose Fury when you use kill command by half a second. To give an analogy, it kind of felt like you were sitting in a boat and there's a hole in it and you're sinking and you have a bucket and you can like get the water out, but no matter what you do and how hard you try to get the water out, the boat is just going to sink super fast. And it felt unsatisfying. It felt like you were losing and not really rewarding at all when you had to use your different spells. Like that half a second on kill command didn't really do anything. So it felt like the boat was sinking really fast. You know, the buff was wearing out really fast. They have made some changes now, which I'm happy to announce, because what they did is that they extended the buff to start out at 15 seconds instead of 14. Then also, they made changes to Bloody Claws, which made it now extend Mongoose Fury by 1.5 seconds instead of half a second. So how is that going to change things for us? Well, the biggest issue that I had when it came to Mongoose Bite and Mongoose Fury was the fact that when I started the buff, I hit something, let's say I kite back again because the enemies, I don't know, I don't want them to hit me or something. If I stand out here, the buff is just counting down and I can do nothing to reset or extend the buff. And this is also why I really loved the first iteration of the rework when it came to the offensive spells, because you could just use one Mongoose Bite and reset it to 10 seconds again. And it just felt really fun. Of course, the stacks were only at 3 and not 5 like it is right now, but you could maintain the buff constantly, like as long as you would. So how does it change with the new one here that we got today? Well, basically, now you can extend the Mongoose Fury duration from a ranged distance. You don't have to get close to use Mongoose Bite to reset the duration. Now we can actually do it from a distance. That is a big plus in my book, personally, because I do love the fact that we don't have to get in. So if Aspect of the Eagle is not up, I can just, instead use kill command. Of course, it's not really going to compare to just resetting at 10 seconds like we did with the original rework, but this is still much better than what we have in Dragonflight, and it's much better than what we had before today. Like, before today, it was much worse than Dragonflight, and it was just, I couldn't really imagine them just kind of leaving it like that, because when they do a rework, it is to make a spec better, and the spec became worse than it is in Dragonflight when it comes to at least when it came to Mongoose Bite. Like, that was much worse than it was in Dragonflight or than it is right now. So basically, let me demonstrate what has happened here. So last time, before they changed it today, I managed to get out 2 to maybe 3 attacks at 5 stacks. That's what I counted on average when I tested in the last video, and I did it together with you guys. Now, let's actually go and test this out. I do want to point one thing out though. Flanking Strike says in the tooltip that it generates 2 stacks of Tip of the Spear, but in actuality it only creates 1 stack. I don't know if that is a buff, a tooltip mistake, or they didn't implement the 2 stacks yet. I don't know. For some reason, it only applies 1 stack. I hope it's going to remain 2, because that is crucial to our opener here. At least if you don't want to waste all your kill commands on just using bombs. So there's a little bit of something going on there. So I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to make the buffs a little bit larger so you can actually see it. And I want you to pay attention to the stacks. We're going to count once we hit 5 stacks. And then see how many times I can get attacks out or Mongoose Bites out from 5 stacks. Okay? So I'm going to use 1 kill command. Explosive Shot. Flanking Strike. Bomb. Kill command. Mongoose Bite. Kill command. Kill command. Bomb. Kill command. Mongoose Bite. Mongoose Bite. Kill command. Kill command. Kill command. Kill command. Mongoose Bite. Kill command. Mongoose Bite. 5 stacks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I did kind of go a little bit overboard there with the with the kill commands, but the whole idea is to test out how many times we can get out Mongoose Bite, right? 6 times. Let's do that again. We're gonna do 3 times and just kind of count. So again, opener. Again, I'm kind of ignoring Explosive Shot here because I didn't do that last video either. So again, we're building up stacks here. I'm gonna try and extend the buff as much as I can. So again, keep extending it. So we're at 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Okay, it just managed to run out there. So 5 times. So last time. So we're gonna go in, kill commands, explosive shots, flanking strike, bomb, kill commands, Mongoose Bite. We start building up those stacks, right? Extending the duration. Building up stacks. So at 5. Get a couple of resets there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. I think I could have gotten a little bit more if I kept using kill commands. This is kind of like a live reaction, by the way. I just logged in. I didn't even think it was going to be live. And then I saw it was live. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that fits well into the video. So 5, 6, and 6. That's how many times we got out Mongoose Bite using 5 stacks. That is a big difference between 2 and 3, which it was in the last video. That is more than twice the amount of Mongoose Bites we can get out. That is a big, big difference. And I just want to point out that we are extending the buff from a ranged distance, which to me is very crucial because it means that we don't have to get in close. We can still keep kiting. That was one of the big issues, by the way, that people had with the first rework, which is that flanking strike was incorporated into kill command. So you use 3 kill commands, then it turned into a flanking strike and then reverted back to kill command and then into flanking strike, back and forth. So it kind of forced you into melee, and I'm guessing that may be one of the reasons why they also reverted the Mongoose Bite, because they wanted a way to extend that buff without being forced into melee. I'm guessing that is what the issue was, because now we extend it using a ranged ability, right? So I can actually fight from out here and just kind of extend the buff, which is kind of fun, in my opinion. So again, just to try it out, because I'm very excited about this. Gonna see how many stacks. I'm gonna try and go for 7. 7 would be awesome. When I get a reset, I'll use it because I want to extend the buff as much as possible. So 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, come on. Oh, 7. Got 7 out. Yay, success. Okay, as you can tell, I'm a little bit more excited when I'm trying to actually maintain that buff now, because I feel like 1.5 seconds actually makes it a little bit more fun to press kill command. It gives a big reason to press kill command. So one of my big arguments about the first rework with flanking strike being incorporated into kill command was that now we had a fun reason to press kill command, because it was kind of fun getting that flanking strike. Of course, it kind of did a little bit when it came to forcing us into melee distance, which wasn't as good. But the fact that we had a fun reason to press kill command, I thought was a positive. Now, I feel like extending the buff 1.5 seconds is going to give us a fun reason to press kill command. It's no longer just a generator. Now it actually does something as part of our rotation, which is super fun. Depends on how you look at it, really, in my opinion. Because, again, a lot of people hated the fact that you had to weave back and forth between Mongoose Bite, kill command, Mongoose Bite, kill command, right? I kind of feel like after they changed it now so that you have to build up Mongoose Fury using kill commands, and because you get so many resets using kill commands, it kind of feels like kill command is a little bit more important to press than Mongoose Bite during that duration, because the more kill commands you get out, the more Mongoose Bite you get out. So who knows? I think kill command may be a little bit more important to press now than it was 1 day ago. Like, this is a big difference. I definitely see this as a big positive, even though we still have this playstyle here, because there was really 2 issues. One was the playstyle, and one was the fact that we felt horrible every time we lost that Mongoose Fury buff. Like, that buff there was a reason why people just did not want to pick Mongoose Bite. And that, in my opinion, has been solved. The window has been extended. It no longer feels like a kick in the groin. When you lose that buff, like, the boat isn't actually sinking in 2 seconds. So it actually feels like you can do something before the boat sinks. And that feels good. Is it better than a rework that we got the first time, where you could just use 1 Mongoose Bite and then you reset the entire duration of Mongoose Fury to 10 seconds? I don't think so. But this is much better than what we have in Dragonflight right now. That is my honest opinion on this particular change here. So what do you guys think? Is this a good change? Do you think that this is going to make you want to play Mongoose Bite now that we can actually build up and see our buff increase in duration, and we can actually have something that, like, I might even have it as a weak aura, so I can actually track it in the center of the screen, because it feels to me kind of fun to see it just kind of build up there. Do you think this is going to make you pick Mongoose Bite now that it has been improved? I think is the right word. I wouldn't say fixed. I want to say improved. Like, it has been improved, right? With that said, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you guys next time.